creating a new appliance, a new market, but we're also creating a new class of ice cream. We're using 14% milk fat, but we're serving it at soft serve temperature. That combination doesn't exist anywhere in the world. When my children were younger, I'd given them invention journals, and before bedtime, we'd invent new products. One day, my girls came up with the idea of making a Keurig or an espresso type system for ice cream. The kids fell asleep, and I kind of thought about it. I said, I wonder if that's possible. The idea is to take an industrial concept and make it much smaller to fit in the kitchen. And so here we are 6 years later, and we have a company with over 100 people, and pretty exciting.
So I wanted to come work at ColdSnap because we're doing something that's never been done before. My background is heat transfer and refrigeration, and when the opportunity came up to kind of miniaturize this cooling system and bring something totally new to the market, I jumped at the chance. There were a lot of challenges when we first started. We really didn't have an example in industry. We couldn't look at another product and say, oh, that's how big it's supposed to be, because it doesn't exist, right? And so we had to come up with some pretty innovative designs for the cooling system, for the evaporator, and how we get that to happen in 2 minutes or less. I'd like to say that we have the cooling of an entire refrigerator in the space of a countertop appliance. SOLIDWORKS really helped us kind of get everything as close as possible. There's copper tubes in there, there's wires, there's circuit boards, there's compressors that move around. And so we're looking at clearance and tolerance between parts, what the max and min material conditions are, so that no matter what happens during shipping or during a out of tolerance condition, nothing's gonna touch. Anytime things are touching, we're gonna have noises, vibrations, and the user's not gonna be happy about that. SOLIDWORKS really helped us sort of get through those iterations quickly, collaborate between the different engineers working on the project and with our contract manufacturer.
With using SOLIDWORKS, we use to design and ensure that the products are manufactured accurately and safely, and everything works as intended. It takes us 2 minutes to freeze the product, and people want it faster. They want it in a minute or less. So our challenge was, how do we get this refrigeration system to pull as much heat out of the pod, effectively freeze the liquid ingredients in the fastest time possible. And we wanted to make sure that food never touched the machine.
So this little piece of metal is traveling downward, but it handles a lot of torque. When you're mixing ice cream at 3,000 RPM, there's quite a load on this. And so this design's been optimized through SOLIDWORKS many times.
And we measure the torque on the impeller, and at a certain threshold, the machine opens the can and the dasher drives the product into the cup. Never in the process does food touch the machine. We patented our machine, the pod, how the two interface and work together. We've patented the way we heat treat the cans to make them shelf stable. We've actually patented using an aluminum beverage can as a pod, among other things. We have design engineers, manufacturing engineers, electrical engineers, software engineers, all of them use SOLIDWORKS. So it's a critically important tool that we use to design and ensure that the products are manufactured accurately and safely, and everything works as intended. When we moved into this facility here in Boston, there was 7 of us. Now we're 112 people. So when my daughter shows up and she sees all these engineers and all these food scientists and salespeople working, it's pretty impressive that from a little idea we could grow this into a going concern, and it's pretty fun and rewarding.